welcome. This is Jacob from Bauer. Today we are visiting a towable pivot. The pivot is 4-span, 54 meters, 230 meters in total. This pivot is set up to irrigate 2 different fields. So this year it will irrigate the potatoes in this field where it's now, and next year it will be moved along the road down in this direction and will be irrigating the next field. The farmer here is growing mainly potatoes and vegetables, so that's why he chose a towable pivot. A towable pivot is fairly easy. Place the pivot in the transport position, you turn the wheels, and with your tractor you pull the pivot down to the next center point. At the center point you have 4 anchors in the ground, and this is where the pivot, instead of a concrete platform, will be anchored for the season. So you move the pivot, you disconnect the hose, you disconnect the electric, and then you move the pivot down and you anchor it again, put the water and the electricity up, and then you're ready to run for the second year, the second field. The farmer here is Brødrene Kjeldal on the island of Samsø in Denmark, and mainly they have potatoes for potato chips for food, but they also grow a lot of vegetables for the surrounding shops and for export. So this pivot is set up to irrigate 5 millimeters for every 24 hours. And with 5 millimeters of irrigation, the pivot is using around 45 cubic meters an hour. The connection pressure here at the center tower of the pivot is 1.9 bar. So this is a low consume of pressure and low consume of water. The pivot is equipped with an end gun on the end, and this end gun is controlled in the app by degrees. So the farmer himself can go in and set up degrees when the end gun should be on and when it should be off. The pivot irrigates the field up to around 85–90% with and without end gun. So it's a quite good use of this field. At the end of the season, the pivot will be parked at the parking road, and then it will be disconnected and moved down to the next field where it will be set up for the next year.